Procreate is packed with hidden features, but there is one that's on another level entirely. You can paint on 3D objects right here in Procreate, and it's one of the most fun hidden features in Procreate. And today I'll show you how to get started. Procreate even provides 3D models that you can use for free, and once you open them, it unlocks features that you may have never even seen. So if you're late to the 3D painting game like I am, you're gonna wanna watch this. First, let's get our free 3D model pack that Procreate provides right here in the app. To download Procreate's 3D model pack, go to Actions, Help, Download 3D Model Pack. You'll have to wait patiently because they take a little while to download. The 3D models will populate in your gallery, and you can choose from a nice variety of objects to 3D paint on. Open the model by tapping on it in the gallery, and the 3D gestures are slightly different. One finger will rotate it, 2 fingers will zoom and pan. A quick pinch snaps the whole model into view. And pro tip, a fast swipe flicks it into a satisfying spin. And the easiest model to help you understand how the 3D painting works is the vase. It's the simplest model, and you can see how to navigate and layer color, roughness, and metallic very easily. And the vase is just one mesh, or 3D geometric object. The 3D model is made up of one or more meshes, the physical pieces of the object. And those meshes are grouped into texture sets. A texture set is a collection of materials, color, roughness, and metallic maps that belong to one or more meshes. And you can navigate the texture set either in the layer stack or by tapping and holding the modify square and then using your other finger to tap an area where you want to start painting. It flashes blue, and now you're painting just that piece. And it's important to note that you can only paint what the camera can see from any angle. Each texture set has its own mini layer stack where you do your painting. Every texture set holds 3 channels or maps. Open a layer's little cube icon, you'll get 3 paint targets: color, your painted color; roughness, either matte or shiny; metallic, which will give it either a metallic or plastic feel. You can target each separately or select the layer itself and have your brush drive all 3 at once. If you target them separately, you'll want to choose a color for each channel. For the color channel, you choose any color you want. For roughness, you can choose white or black or anywhere in the grayscale. White will make it more matte. Black will make it more glossy. For the metallic channel, it's the same thing. You can choose black or white or anything in the grayscale. White will make it more metallic looking, and black will make it more plastic looking. And you can really learn how roughness and metallic work by experimenting with just black and white. Testing roughness and metallic with either black or white, and then seeing what happens when you try either color in these channels and seeing how they layer. When painting all 3 at once, the look is driven by your brush's material settings in the brush studio. That's where you control the metallic or rough brush paints and even load texture maps to add surface detail. But you don't actually have to use a brush that has been set up with material settings. You can paint your 3D model with any brush. Then, if you decide later that you want it metallic and shiny, just open the materials panel for that layer, select the roughness channel and paint over it with black to make it glossy, and the metallic channel with white to make it metallic. You can even try spray paint or a stippling type brush with a grayscale to make a glittery effect. You can also insert a seamless pattern that you've already created and wrap it around your 3D object. But in order to do that, you'll need to familiarize yourself with the 2D texture view. 3D painting can be in 3D texture view like we've been doing, or 2D texture view, 2-dimensional, 3-dimensional, 2-dimensional, you know what I'm talking about. So go to Actions, 3D, and toggle on 2D texture. This shows you a normal looking Procreate canvas that you can draw on, and then you can turn it off and go back to 3D view, and you can see how it looks on your object. Let's use this to add our seamless pattern. First, choose the part of your model you want the seamless pattern on, or choose the mesh you want the seamless pattern on. This vase only has one, so it makes it really easy. Then switch to 2D textures. Go to Actions, 3D, and toggle on Show 2D Texture. Optionally, you can open up the reference image and see a live view of your pattern wrapping around your object. Next, on the canvas, add your image. Go to the Actions wrench, Add, and then insert a photo. Choose your repeating tile, and it will land as a regular layer inside your layer stack, and it will show up in your texture set. So now we need to transform and tile this image. So tap on the transform arrow, turn on snapping and magnetics. And for this one, I'm just gonna have 4 copies of this image. So I'm gonna duplicate it 3 more times and then move the copies side by side to build a grid, making sure they line up perfectly. Keep the edges touching exactly. You can zoom in to make sure, and you can keep looking at that reference to see if it's landing the way you want. When it looks perfect in the 3D reference, merge the tile layers. You can select the tile layers and then pinch them to merge them down. So this is what you will keep as your color artwork layer. So then go ahead and return to the 3D view. So go to Wrench, 3D, and then toggle off Show 2D Textures. Optionally, you can add shine and foil later. So if you tap on the cube icon in that layer, you can paint black onto the roughness layer, and then in the metallic layer, paint it white. This lets you make parts of the pattern look glossy or foil looking without changing the color. And once you've wrapped your design onto a 3D model, you can use Procreate's View in AR to create a little mini photo shoot and see how it looks in real life. Just tap on the wrench icon, go to 3D, and then View in AR. And Procreate will drop your model into real life through your camera. You can move it around, walk around it, and take screenshots or videos for product photos or anything that you want, all without leaving your iPad. And if you want even more control, you can actually customize the lighting in your 3D studio. So go to the Actions wrench, 3D, Edit Lighting and Environment, and you can swap environments, move the lights around, tap on a light, set the hue, saturation, and intensity, and drag to reposition it. And you can add up to 4 lights. And when you're done, you can share your designs by going to Actions and then Share, and you can export it as a Procreate file, a USDZ file, an OBJ file, and you can use them in other 3D apps. So these would be your model files. Or you can just export them as images, just like a JPEG or a PNG with a transparent background. Or you can even make a little video of it and export it as a GIF, an MP4, tweak spin versus swing, zoom, ease, and duration. It's simple, it's fun, and it opens a whole new way to show off your art. Procreate has really leveled up its built-in features recently. Click right here and I'll show you how the new brush sets are so good that they'll actually save you some cash.